Europe stood before a vast, mysterious ocean, believing unimaginable opportunities might lie beyond the horizon, driving explorers to risk everything for discovery. Crowded markets and growing tensions showed Europe struggling with limited resources, pushing nations to search desperately for new land and fresh economic possibilities. European nobles gathered in dim halls, debating bold expansion plans as competition increased and the need for new wealth became impossible to ignore. Poor harvests and social hardship pressured ordinary people, creating a growing desire to escape poverty and seek better fortunes across the sea. Kings and advisors studied maps intensely, convinced that expanding overseas territories was the key to securing future power and long-lasting influence. Rivalry between rising European powers grew sharper each year, with every nation eager to claim dominance before its neighbors gained too much strength. When the Ottoman Empire blocked the Silk Road, Europe lost access to essential spices, triggering economic shock and a desperate need for alternative routes. As Ottoman markets prospered, European merchants suffered, watching their profits collapse while trade barriers tightened around their once thriving businesses. Spices like pepper and cinnamon suddenly became luxury goods worth more than gold, intensifying Europe's determination to secure a new supply source. Exploding spice prices created a financial crisis, forcing traders and rulers to realize that survival depended on discovering faster, cheaper maritime routes. Maps showed old trade routes closing one by one, convincing Europeans that only bold ocean voyages could solve their growing economic problems. In heated debates, merchant guilds argued over dwindling resources, acknowledging that traditional trade paths could no longer sustain Europe's needs. Portugal prepared powerful fleets, determined to reach Asia by sea and secure immense wealth before any rival nation could attempt the same journey. Spain's royal court approved ambitious expeditions, believing that overseas expansion would restore national pride and elevate the empire to global prominence. Portuguese and Spanish ships raced across open waters, each convinced their success would decide which empire ruled the world's oceans. England invested heavily in shipbuilding, hoping advanced vessels would help the nation catch up and eventually surpass Iberian maritime dominance. French explorers meticulously planned new western routes, eager to claim uncharted lands and challenge the expanding influence of rival European powers. A map of Europe revealed an escalating rivalry, with every major kingdom pushing outward, driven by ambition and dreams of global control. Innovations like the magnetic compass and star charts transformed navigation, giving sailors confidence to travel farther into dangerous, unknown waters. The powerful caravel, built for speed and endurance, allowed explorers to survive storms and reach distant shores once considered unreachable. Rumors of golden cities spread through taverns, inspiring sailors to believe unimaginable wealth waited somewhere beyond the endless ocean. Exaggerated treasure maps filled with fantastical riches fueled Europe's obsession, making distant lands seem like guaranteed paths to fortune. The dream of endless gold convinced countless explorers that risking their lives at sea was worth the possibility of legendary rewards. Spanish conquistadors prepared for perilous expeditions, driven by stories promising unimaginable treasures hidden deep within foreign continents. Nobles imagined vast riches funding powerful armies and expanding their empires, turning exploration into a race for wealth-fueled dominance. The myth of El Dorado ignited Europe's imagination, convincing many that a perfect golden kingdom truly existed somewhere in the New World. Merchants invested heavily in risky voyages, hoping successful expeditions would return with exotic goods worth fortunes back home. Religious leaders saw new lands as opportunities to spread Christianity, planning missions that blended spiritual duty with political ambition. Missionaries boarded ships with determination, believing their sacred mission to convert distant populations justified any danger they might face. Churches portrayed overseas expansion as a divine responsibility, encouraging believers to support voyages that would expand Christianity globally. Royal courts partnered with the church, approving expeditions that promised both spiritual influence and increased political control abroad. Christian mission routes expanded rapidly, as explorers carried both cross and banner across uncharted oceans toward the New World. Overcrowded European cities left many suffering under poverty and disease, pushing desperate people to seek hope in distant lands. Convicts and outcasts were forced onto prison ships, sent across the ocean to labor in harsh colonies far from home. Young Europeans dreamed of owning land and freedom, believing the New World offered chances that simply did not exist in Europe. Sailors mastered celestial navigation, using stars and ancient tools to guide their ships through vast, unpredictable oceans with growing confidence. Skilled mapmakers improved geographic charts, giving explorers the information needed to venture into waters previously feared or misunderstood. Shipyards built advanced vessels capable of longer voyages, enabling nations to send more explorers farther than ever before. Training on new rigging systems allowed crews to control ships more efficiently, increasing survival chances during dangerous ocean passages. Improved ship designs outperformed older models, proving technology played a crucial role in Europe's ability to cross the Atlantic safely. Night navigation relied on careful star readings, helping sailors maintain direction when darkness and silence covered the open sea. Storms with towering waves tested ships constantly, reminding crews that exploration required not only courage, but luck and skill. Hunger, sickness, and cramped conditions made long voyages brutal, causing many sailors to doubt whether riches were worth the suffering. Medieval myths warned sailors they might fall off the world's edge, feeding fear as they pushed deeper into unknown waters. Thick fog reduced visibility to almost nothing, leaving ships vulnerable to hidden dangers as they crept forward blindly. Tension rose during long journeys, with tired crews questioning leadership and fearing their mission might never return home. At sunrise, exhausted sailors finally saw unfamiliar coastlines, realizing they had reached a new world unlike anything in Europe. Rowboats carried explorers toward untouched shores, offering the first real glimpse of a land filled with mystery and promise. Upon landing, explorers claimed territory for their empires, marking the beginning of a new age of global competition and colonization. The discovery of the Americas reshaped world history, creating new trade routes and shifting the balance of power for centuries to come.